All right, so it has been a few days, about 3 days, since both of your last adventures. Um, Waterlily, we'll start with you. You have made it to a Rashdown facility with Circuit, and then quickly got some basic medical treatment for what's happened. Um, they very quickly diagnosed that are in a state of quantum instability, which they recommend that you do as much grounding as possible in order to mitigate that and hopefully forestall or prevent you from uh, taking on further transcendence or transformation. So that is sort of the prescription that you were given. It's not, they definitely explain it to you in ways that are not like super alarming. They like explain it to you like, this is an understood thing. This is what you're going through. This is the remedy. You need to do that as much as possible in the near future.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate the explanation.
They do a couple of tests. They definitely let you know that apparently your requirement is it is as forgiving as such a thing can be. You can definitely use animal blood, or there's no need for it to be fresh or anything of that nature. So you can definitely get your people to go to a butcher shop or something like that to get that new requirement taken care of while you're still in that state. um, so like I said, you had about 3 days. Let me just double check on the rules to see if you would ever be able to do anything significant in that period of time.
I think it's a week minimum, but please check.
Oh, yeah, I will double check just so you're we can sort it. So where you are. But yeah, so yeah, you've definitely been able to get back to New York, and are in-house again. You've had a little time to kind of very, very quickly touch base with your teammates. Circuit seems to be engaged in some other activities, as well as Levon has been kind of, he's not been put on like any sort of like timeout or punishment, but apparently something has happened with him that they need to make sure that he gets minimal media exposure for a short period of time, which we can probably discuss with Liberty Lad, since apparently he was also involved. But hold on, let me just.
We definitely report in about the quantum being.
Oh yeah. You definitely, yeah, like Circuit, that Circuit has given them a lot of um hmm. Okay, so yeah, Circuit have given them a lot of data regarding that. So what I'll say is, I'll let you make a grounding roll, which is your quantum plus composure. Given that you've been having access to the Rashdown facilities, and this is something that they're equipped to deal with in order to help you kind of spend some very like you have to spend a lot of this time isolated, and not around active quantum users, which might also will explain why you might be a little out of the loop when we start play.
Sure. Do the megas count or just the base composure?
Just the base composure. Yeah, it's going to be just the base composure. I'm not sure if mega composure contributes to this in a meaningful way, but I'll double check.
Sure. She rolls a 1.
Is that one success?
Yes.
Okay, well then that takes 1 point of flux away.
Okay. Okay. I was like, oh no. But yeah, no, like there will be as much effort as possible just put into, either, so she's not really talking to people, just sort of studying up on how does this work on the utopia side of things, where like if people keep exerting themselves, what is the end result in the end? So she's sort of trying to come to terms with the fact that she knows she's going to keep doing this and she doesn't know quite how to mitigate.
The Utopia line is that the remedy is grounding. That that you are the life of a Nova, especially one that's very active in the use of their powers, comes with risks regarding complications and changes, and that the best course of action for you is to mitigate the accumulated quantum energies that you build up in your body by spending downtime, by interacting with baselines on an exclusive level for periods of time, and otherwise just keeping yourself in a lower quantum state.
Okay, so yeah, it's she isolates and is sort of out of touch for a little bit.
I will say that you're fairly certain that this is not a whole answer
Nope.
because you've had contact with people who deal with this problem in a very different way.
Mhm.
And people at Utopia do not make any indication that they are aware of or even have any inclination of exploring anything along those lines.
Yeah, but she's never seen, or at least not regularly seen, any sort of like Utopia big faces out there that look deeply unusual or have high transformation. So
The only one who comes to mind would be Antius,
mhm.
who is a very high placed Utopia Nova, who has taken he has had a lot of acclaim because he's a scientist and has powers that have enabled him to spearhead a lot of the environmental recovery efforts of Project Utopia. He's kind of accredited for fixing climate change, and
Awesome.
he is a big swamp monster.
Yes. I was about to say that is one of the few. So it's more of the okay. So we just keep putting this off and putting this off, don't we? Okay, cool.
That seems to be the solution. Uh,
Okay.
we'll move quickly to Sovereign.
Hey.
Um, so yeah, you've been assuming you're following through with your plan of doing a lot of work on the Weird Brothers hit job.
Oh, yes.
So that is taking up quite a bit of your time to work with your media managers, get everything put together. You're in pretty regular contact with Israel Weaver
Mhm.
for putting that out together, and you are close to you'd say you're about maybe a week and a half out from having your slander package loaded into the cannon and ready to get out there into the world.
Ooh, boy, I can't wait to ruin lives.
But yeah, so that's mostly probably what's been taking up the majority of your time.
Yeah.
Would there be anything else that you would want to do when you're on break from that project?
On break from that project.
Hmm.
I suppose she is sort of when she's not immediately working on it is sort of making an alibi for herself with videos that she never went to Japan.
Okay.
So she's just really eager in people knowing that when could I have had the time to do that? That would be an impossible thing to do. And putting that online. So
Gotcha. Okay, so
yeah.
that's that. So you're in full media diva mode for the past couple of days. Excellent. And then we'll move over to Liberty Lad. Uh, you have been in kind of post-operative debriefing mode of Utopia. You've gotten back to New York. You've spoken with several handlers and people regarding what happened. It's all couched in terms of it's couched in those terms of you were involved in a secret special op thing, so we're going to kind of talk around certain aspects of it, but we all know kind of went down.
Yes, terminate with extreme prejudice.
Indeed. um you know that Aterrados has been taken into custody and is in Utopia Tower. You have no idea what happened with Garen. You know that given Levon's actions and choices, he's been sort of he's been asked to like stay quiet for a couple of days. So you've probably had a couple opportunities to talk to him, but he's been kind of he's been a good lad in that regard, and he's been staying to himself, staying away from any possible media exposure. So yeah, that's kind of the basic situation that you've been in.
I just feel sad I hate him so much, Anthony.
Oh yeah, that's who knows about that. But so that's basically kind of your situation. Would there be anything you'd be up to when you're kind of released from your debriefings and the like?
Other than requisitioning the foreigner belt, I would think.
Would that be the belt that has all the powers of 70s rock band Foreigner?
Good thing you asked that. I got it from my friends from the moon.
I see. Well, but you don't want to have double vision on that sort of.
Oh no! Don't use. You activated it. Shit.
Shit.
He would. He's kind of more concerned about that. The nice boy with my bootleg shirt. And kind of that whole fight. I guess he would be researching like which personalities, and you don't have to tell me now. This could be for later, but like which personalities and politicians are on the like working to make the I guess the asylum and the immigration laws more lenient and more empathetic, and if there and who obviously who's doing the inverse of that, and then if there are any novas on either side of that fight, or anyone from Balance Industries or Aeon Society, Project Utopia, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean you spent some time researching that. Give me a humanities roll.
Oh no. Just humanities?
Well, humanities or culture plus whatever attribute you want to throw to it.
Oh no, I have 1 dot in both of those. So
okay, well,
you said whatever attribute.
Yeah, like an appropriate attribute.
Let's say, nah, we'll do intellect because that's the one I have the least amount of, and I'm a good boy.
Then.
Okay. No successes. What do I get?
You don't get much. I mean, you kind of get the, I just Googled this.
This can be something that I'm researching then for the next on my downtimes then.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it's a complicated situation. There's you got your general, the basic level of, well, the Democrats are generally good on this subject, the Republicans are generally not so good on this subject, and who knows? But for at least as far as the kids that you directly spoke up for, that their case has been processed through and they've been granted asylum, and they're getting a lot of support from all sorts of different sources as a result of your full-throated endorsement of them.
Please choose a different word.
Fair enough.
Sorry, just kidding. That's about it for me then.
Fair enough. Okay. All right. So we'll move to Aterrados. You become conscious, and things are very different for you. You aren't in pain. You don't feel like you just got the shit kicked out of you into unconsciousness. So that's one thing. But you do feel essentially hungover. You do feel there is something around your neck that is pretty dense and heavy, feels metallic. And you don't feel that flow of quantum energy that suffuses your body and allows you to control your hair or enhance your physique or anything like that. You feel completely drained of that energy. You are in a 10 by 10 foot room. It's very sparse. There's essentially a giant block of memory foam with some, a basic cover on it and some basic filled pillows. There's some restroom facilities, and that's about it.
All right, I'm going to do a test, and I'm going to break my pinky.
Okay. Give me.
Actually, I'll bite it off. There you go.
You'll bite it off?
Yeah.
I need an integrity roll from you.
Yeah.
That's
That's going to be integrity plus resolve.
Oh yeah. This is a good roll for me.
They're gonna confiscate your teeth next, bud.
I don't need them where we're going.
Yes, in Cardassian prisons, they take away your first molar.
All right, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
So you don't bite off your pinky, but you do summon like the strength of will to really get in there, and you do some major damage, and it hurts like a motherfucker, and it doesn't grow back.
Oh god, I'm mortal now.
Yeah, it is not. It is not pleasant in the slightest.
They've made me
A
sick.
voice from essentially nowhere comes, and says, Aterrados, please don't attempt anything like that. We will have to sedate you.
Yeah, why don't you shut the fuck up, pig?
Noted.
Thank you. He's just gonna sit and wait.
Yeah, this room seemed like you don't see a door or anything. There's like you see kind of like a slot in the wall where you're like, and you see like there's a sink so you can get water. And there's a cup. So presumably food will come through the slot, but other than that, you see no real way of dealing with this room other than sitting and waiting.
Yeah, he'll sit and wait.
Okay.
Glaring.
Something does come through the slot. It is a very basic bandage, antiseptic. And the voice says, "Do you require instructions in doing basic first aid on yourself?"
No, if you're going to hurt me anyway, this doesn't really matter. So
You hurt yourself.
no, you've taken one of my body's abilities to heal itself. It's almost like I guess lowering someone's immunization and then presenting diseases to them. So
Noted.
I'm.
Do you require instruction in performing basic first aid on yourself?
Did they put the pallet over on my side with the stuff?
Hmm?
I'm gonna poop in it, and then I'm gonna push it back through the slot. It's gonna
You like push
Is
it
there a
into
roll
the-
for that?
No, there isn't.
resolve and what?
Can you perform with the cameras on you, bud?
Hell yeah, I can.
No,
God.
you do the business and you
Oh,
put
boy.
it back into the slot, but there's nothing really goes. So it just kind of like the tray just kind of like hits a little metal slide,
Mm-hmm.
and the voice says, "Please dispose of that in the provided facilities."
No, thank you.
Very well. All right, so we'll move a little bit higher in Project Utopia Tower with Waterlily and Liberty Lad. After you guys have had some time alone, Waterlily, you've gone through the limits of what you can tolerate in terms of like self-isolation. So you have a moment to come out of your bedroom and have a moment to reconnect with Liberty Lad.
So yeah, no, she hasn't been seen in days and pretty much has been out of touch. And comes and finally the door opens and she comes out to the main commons area.
Jesus, where have you been?
Medical isolation.
Is it contagious?
No, not unless you decide to try and shove your powers to the extreme limits.
Okay.
Sorry, I've seen an alien now. It's very concerning.
Oh, really? Were they friendly? Or are they?
No, in no way.
Oh man, we got to deal with aliens now too.
Trust me, that was my thought in this entire encounter, as if we don't have enough things happening, aliens. But no, I kind of shoved it too hard my abilities trying to deal with that. And now I can't really eat food right now, so I kind of had to have some alone time to try and bring that back down, which, given that I feel like I could actually like have a real meal, I think we've accomplished for now.
Oh. How do you get, so you can eat now, or you still can't?
I think so. I mean, I haven't tried it yet, but I'm gonna say that that's probably, I'm feeling better. I'm not constantly thinking about. And she paused and she's like, blood, because apparently that's something that happens now.
Ouch.
Yeah, I have so many questions about what your transformations actually mean about you as a person. I feel like no one's really going to have any answers though, so that's a thing.
Okay.
Sorry, that is way too much information. How are you doing?
It's fine. You can tell me these things. It's fine. I'm just processing it.
Thanks. So am I. It's really, what's the best way to say this? I don't know how we're expected to continue doing this with any long-term expectations, because honestly, if this is what happened after 9 months, I really I don't know if I don't know what to expect. I really don't, because I don't think I can dorm as fast as things, or ground as fast as things keep happening.
And no one's been able to let you know, like, what to do?
No. And it's the, go sit in your room and isolate so that you're not trying to use your powers at all, or
Yeah, grounding.
yeah, like basic grounding, but there's nothing except grounding. So say if we have another disaster or something else that needs like team attention this week, then it's just going to keep building with no time to really pull it off. It feels like almost like a steam engine that keeps building up pressure.
Oh, yeah, I suppose. Well, yeah, but steam engines, I mean, you can't expect a steam engine to run continuously. It needs to come off the track for maintenance. So use that as your metaphor.
Yeah, no, and I'll try to keep maintenance on order. Does this sort of thing not happen to you?
I mean, I don't push myself so that I keep a very low level of flux and try to push my, I guess, my natural abilities and not my nova abilities. Because
Congratulations.
what if there's some sort of like nullification field, you know?
Yeah, no, I understand. And you know me, I don't actually try to use my Nova abilities much in the public anyway. So it's really been these extreme circumstances. But it's just a circumstance where I know what it is. I know what started it. When I started being able to turn off other people's abilities, then a lot of this started activating a lot more. But yes, no, I understand. I very much, you're just better at balancing out your natural talents than I am.
Okay, I didn't say
And I'm trying to work
that.
on that. No, please, I'm not saying it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm not saying it in a way that's considered to be a situation where I'm trying to chide or anything like that. It's just a situation where it's the truth. You're very talented in regards to, combat and general team or general team tactics, and that's helpful, and it doesn't put you in the face of this. And some of us probably need to balance out a little better.
I got you. So how did you get into space, or did the aliens come to you?
How did we get into space? No, the Weird brothers, they had some sort of Scott, was it actually Balance or somewhere else?
No, it wasn't Balance at all. It was
Okay, cool.
their personal like lab in Tokyo, so it wasn't
Sure.
associated with anyone else.
Got it. The Weird Brothers had something in their lab that was God, quantum dimensional. You'd have to ask Circuit really for the science
Okay.
of it.
So their name is so it's not just a clever name then for Weird Brothers.
No,
Do
it
weird
is
stuff.
it is their
Okay.
actual name. And yes, no, a portal opened and an entity came through. And Circuit and I decided to not let it leave the building, and these are the consequences. But we did defeat it, so I am at least proud of that much.
Yeah, that's awesome that it actually happened.
It tells me we can handle bigger threats than I thought.
Well, I mean, speaking of bigger threats, Aterrados is in the basement somewhere.
What?
Yeah, we can't. Oh shit! I don't know if I was supposed to say that. No, I can say that. I just can't say how I know that. Right. I don't know how it happened, but I know he's there or somewhere. I think.
Okay. Given how very little he likes us, I assume that this is some sort of captivity.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant to say. He's locked up.
Here. Okay.
I think so.
And there's really nothing else you can share on that regard.
I can say that I might know someone who was there, and they might have looked like the male members of Teen Tomorrow, but I cannot confirm such an accusation. Wink, wink.
Oh, it's another one of those missions.
I didn't say that.
No,
Wink, wink.
no, you didn't.
I'm trying to
And-
wink as hard as I can, but it's not picking it up.
I've got it. The winking is happening. Okay. What happens next with that situation?
I don't
We-
know. I
we
mean,
can't just
you could.
keep him.
I think he might be wanted for different jurisdictions. I guess for some crimes.
Yes, very likely.
I mean, maybe we can find out where he is if you want to talk to him. Try to convince him of the error of his ways,
Oh,
or at least get him a haircut.
mm, I can certainly try and get a beat on his case. Yes, I don't know. It's hard. Like I understand where he's coming from, but not where he's going to. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, deep down, I think there are some points that he has. He just goes about it in a way that it's like a scorched earth thing instead of like, I don't know. It's brash. It's a wrath instead of craft. That makes sense. Crafty.
It does. It
All
does.
right. Yeah. Well, glad to have you back. Welcome to Earth. Nano.
Thank you. I'm gonna be the little green alien for a bit, huh? Cool.
Well, you already are, but it was a joke. It was a
Too
joke.
real. Too real. All
Yeah,
right.
sorry.
And Waterlily will in fact go off to see if she can ask someone about the kid in the domestic terrorist kid in the basement.
Okay, well, we'll move over quickly.
That was my favorite book growing up.
Yeah, that's pretty good. We'll move over to Harlem, to the Blackburn, where Sovereign, you are still in the media diva frenzy of putting together various hit job content and self-aggrandizing alibi TikToks.
Mhm.
When you get a message from the Count that requests that you come and have a meeting with him real quick.
Okay, let me see. She looks at her planner, which just has like all these like colored bricks showing where she's supposed to be. There's like a lot of overlap. But if you don't sleep, things like this are possible. She just goes, okay, well, I guess I'll postpone this with Lauren for 15 minutes. That should be fine. That's fine. It's fine. She'll be fine. We're fine. And then she goes to go see the Count.
Yeah, you head down to where his office is. He is speaking with a few of his aides. And he finishes those conversations and dismisses them. and he turns his attention to you and he says, Sovereign, how have you been?
Busy as always, busy as a little bee.
Good. I've heard some things about your recent activities. Very interesting. Unfortunately, I might have to divert you from that for some time.
Oh,
Things have heated up.
how?
It seems that some of your teammates got involved with something. Rant and Aterrados did something with Garen, and it apparently went very wrong.
Uh.
We don't know where Garen is. We do have Rant. Rant is secured.
Uh-huh.
But Aterrados seems to have also gone off the map.
Great. Oh boy. I thought they were a little too quiet. Ugh.
Yes, that is displeasing. We have some intelligence in regards to Aterrados, though. We believe that he might be in Utopia custody. Probably Garen is too, but I think they've made him disappear more thoroughly. But we have some inklings that Aterrados has been taken into Utopia custody.
Are we going to do
So-
like a hostage exchange or something?
That's not off the table. I was wondering if you could perhaps exploit some of your recent connections and friendships to see if you might be able to get some more information about where our boy is.
Sure, no problem. Yeah, I can do that. Oh man. I bet he's in like fucking super jail and shit. Oh.
We don't know exactly where he is, but hopefully he's in less jeopardy or confinement that Garrett is. I wouldn't doubt that if Utopia were able to isolate or capture Garen, that he would be put in the deepest, darkest hole that they have.
Great.
But we would definitely appreciate it if you were to do what you can to see if you can find some information regarding that.
Sure. I'll look into it. Fellow Tarot, whatever. He's gonna owe me so big for this. Ugh. All right.
That is generally advisable to keep such a ledger.
Thanks. I'll keep you updated on what's going on. Let me get back to this meeting I have and then find out where this troublemaker went. And she sort of swishes out. She's very upset. She's like, "Damn it. Right in the middle of something. I'm trying to ruin someone's life and Aterrados is out here ruining his own life. Shit."
So do you just get back to it, or do you what do you?
She gets to her desk. And then she begins to type out a long list of very detailed instructions for Lauren. Because this is what she's going to leave with Lauren while she goes to take care of this other stuff. So she's kind of like, now she's delegating things that she wanted to be there for, because she's like, no, because what if I'm there to put like a spin on it? What if it needs my touch? But now she has to delegate things that are possibly fun, and she's very bummed out about it. But after she writes up her instructions, she will begin to sort of try to message. She has Levon's number. She has Waterlily's number, and I believe she has Nisha's contact information as well.
Yeah, you do.
The only one that she does not have is Liberty Lads, because they're very icy. So she'll give a questioning sort of like text to all of them, like, "Hey, do you have a second? I kind of have a question about some stuff that's been going on. If you have a second, could you like call me or text me?" And she sends that out to them, putting out her feelers.
Okay. We'll sort that out in a moment. Back in the bowels of Utopia Tower, a few minutes go by for you, Aterrados, and then the voice comes back, and it says, "Well, we have a med tech coming to tend to you. Do we need to sedate you?"
I'm fine. I do not want your med tech to touch me. Thank you.
Noted. And then gas starts to fill the room. Give me a resolve and stamina roll.
Let's do this. Oh snap! This is like 10 dice.
What are you talking about? This is just a Friday night. Whatever.
I know, right? Like I gas myself every other. 1, 2, 4.
You kidding me? This is just the grown-up
6.
version of Huff and Glue.
Yeah, it is not pleasant, but you are able to maintain consciousness for a really long time.
Ooh, I'm going to I'm gonna like at the appropriate time I'm gonna pretend like I'm just out. I'll just like fall to the ground.
Okay. When you do that, a little bit of time goes by, and then you feel the room moving, and eventually it kind of reconfigures itself to a place where there is a door, and give me a persuasion roll.
Oh yeah, not my thing.
To convincingly be lay dead or play unconscious.
All right.
Plus whatever. Let's yeah.
Well, like manipulate.
Yeah, manipulation sounds about right.
All right, cool. This is 1 die for a total of 0. I like fart.
Okay. There's a little bit of waiting. And the voice comes over again and says, "Impressive, but we are sending in people. Please remain where you are." And
I will get violent. Thank you.
Noted. The door opens up, and there are 3 people there. 2 people decked out in pretty substantial body armor, and what looks like pretty impressive looking guns.
Ooh.
A third person in body armor, but that does not appear to be armed, and just has like a little med kit bag.
Can I prepare the room before they get in?
How would you prepare the room?
I am going to, because the head bleeds more than like a lot of different stuff. He is going to crack his head to smear blood in the entrance to create a kind of a slippery mess on the floor there.
Okay. Give me another integrity resolve roll to hurt yourself in that manner.
All right, come on.
Bruh.
It's 34.
Boy.
5.
Okay. You're definitely going to take an injury condition. You're going to take a bruised,
All right.
which is going to be
Cracked head.
yeah, cracked head. You have a you're going to have a level 1 complication on any physical actions.
All right.
And the result of which will be determined of whether or not you buy it off or not, because you kind of rung your own bell. But yeah, you make the area slippery with blood. They seem to like pause there, like they seem to be fully aware of everything that you're doing. So these 2 people with guns just kind of like train them on you. And the person in the woman with the med bag says, she addresses the two and says, keep him trained on him. And she says, I'd really like to help you.
Ma'am, if you come close to me, I'm going to do all that I can to break your neck. I do not want your help, and I have the right to refuse medical aid. I'm not dying. This is my freedom. Leave me alone.
All right. If you're refusing medical aid, but I am going to come in and take care of your leavings.
Oh, you mean the shit I left? Because yeah, you can take care of that.
All
Or are you
right.
talking about the blood?
He says, all of that, we have to maintain a sanitary environment.
All right, yeah, you can do that. But don't come close to me.
He says, very well, stay in the corner.
He'll take a few steps back.
And while the two men with guns are trained on you, like, one like firmly trained on you, she comes in, takes the tray, dumps it into the toilet, flushes, cleans up, gets like a spray that seems to like foam up and clean away the blood and the and any other unhygienic instances, like, and she just sort of leaves another first aid kit there and says, we'll leave you alone. Please tend to those wounds.
Thank you.
And they step out of the room. Door closes behind them, and then you feel the room just start to move around again.
Cool.
Yeah. So do you just sort of stay there when you're in your blood-covered head and bleeding hand?
The walls are what? They're fabric?
Yeah, they're kind of a you can't easily identify the material when you like touch them. They're not like, there's no like sharp edges or anything anywhere. Everything's very smooth and rounded, but everything feels very hard.
He's gonna try to get that pinky off again. I hate that pinky.
All right. Give me another integrity and resolve to finish the job.
Oh God.
3 successes.
It's rough. It's real fucking rough, but
Yeah.
you are able to bite through your joint and bite off your pinky.
Yeah, he'll go to the little
Uh-huh.
first aid and put something on the stump to stop it for him bleeding out. And with his teeth, he's gonna start whittling the bone into a
A shiv?
shiv.
Fucking
Yeah.
prison shiv? You kidding me?
Okay. So we'll move back up to Utopia, to the upper floors.
I don't know if I'm ready. What? Oh God.
So Waterlily, you start making some inquiries about that, and you actually get a message regarding basically, like, you get a time block scheduled for later in the day, specifically to have a meeting regarding this topic. And like Liberty Lad, you also get sort of roped into that little schedule on your scheduler.
Great.
With who? Who is taking point on this, I wonder?
TBD.
Noted.
Is that a new character?
Very
Always.
well might be. But then you
Shit.
also get a message from Sovereign.
Huh. Hello. We'll type back.
Yes, she's responding. Excellent.
How are you doing?
Can I call you? Question mark. Heart. A green heart. Ooh.
looks at Liberty Lad. Anthony, this should be really interesting. So Cassie's calling. I'm just gonna go sit in my room and see how this is about to go.
Badly. Yeah, whenever you give her the okay to call, she will like immediately. Like as
Yep.
soon as you press yes, she is calling.
Okay, then yes.
Hello, Virginia.
Hi, Cassie. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing pretty okay. The real question is, how are you since our incident?
It's been a quiet couple days. I've sort of just been taking some time to recover, but I'm all right. Thank you.
Okay, that's good to hear. So, what I've actually called about is, do you happen to know anything about where Aterrados is? Would you?
I take it you don't?
Oh, I mean, I know where he is, but I just want to like confirm that you also know where he is.
All right. So let's compare notes. Where do you think he is, please?
In Utopia custody because he was a bad little boy.
I will let you know that again, I've been incredibly isolated the last few days. What did he do, please?
I actually don't know that, but if I'm going to think about the person I know, Aterrados, he was probably like needlessly aggressive and violent for no reason, and like, I don't know, got his shit kicked in if I know the guy.
Got it. Well, I will clarify that one, as I said, I have no idea precisely what's been going on the last several days.
Uh-huh.
I will be glad to check into that.
I would appreciate that so much if you could do that for little old me.
Um, uh, hmm. What are you going to? I guess that's my question. Is if he's in custody, what's your next step there?
If I could like talk to him, that would be pretty nice. Like ideally, I'd like to know under what circumstances could I remove him from your custody, like ideally. But if
Mm,
we can't do that, I'd like to talk to him.
all right, I will keep that in mind as I check into this. Again, given that he's wanted by multiple authorities at this point, I don't really know what your odds are of that. But
I mean, we'll see.
I don't actually know if he's even here yet, so we'll take a look.
All right. Well, let me know as soon as possible. I'm on like a really tight timetable.
You need him for something?
Oh no, I need to like deal with him as a problem, like as a unit, like as a disaster, and so I could get back to my work.
Oh, that sounds intensive.
Yeah.
Certainly, I will. I'll keep you in the loop.
All right. All right. I thank you. Love you. Bye. Click.
Take care.
Ugh, man. God damn it, Aterrado. And she just like puts her head on her keyboard. Just she's like, man, she's been like up pretty much nonstop and just having to stop the train, so to speak. She's like now catching up with the exhaustion and she's like, ugh, I'm out of my rhythm. I'm out of my flow. And this is all his fault. I blame him specifically.
Yeah, no, Waterlily will definitely come back out of the room, look to Liberty Lad holding up her phone. Of the short version of that conversation is that Cassie would like to know if he's here and if they can like what he's done and if they can come pick him up, which I
want to call my mom.
I don't understand precisely to what level she thinks that that's possible, but I will keep it in mind as I further look into whatever the heck is going on.
Yeah, she basically just asked to ask for the fucking manager. So, ugh, she'd be smart
well,
if she wasn't so fucking stupid.
If she wants to talk to Scott, what's the name of Melissa?
Yeah, Melissa's your current handler.
Excellent. If she wants to talk to Melissa, that should probably be an incredibly entertaining conversation.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
And that's literally said like as the joke that she intends it to be of the, yeah, let's inflict Cassie and Melissa on each other.
Do you do so?
Oh no! Like
Oh, okay.
she's trying to see what Liberty Lat's reaction is first.
I don't know if I have that much evil in me. I have some, but I don't. That's up to you.
I don't have
I
enough evil
will-
to inflict Cassie on anyone.
I will wait to see what our TBD meeting looks like, and then I might actually do that.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, we can actually fast forward to that. You guys get location information. It's sort of in the administrative part of the Utopia Tower. And you guys head up to the meeting. And you are a little surprised, I would imagine, when you find that TBD turns out to be Margaret Mercer.
Yeah, no, like that absolutely knocks Virginia back a step because she was not prepared to see her today. Excellent.
But she is going through some files, looks up to the both of you and says, "Oh, Anthony, Virginia, good. Thank you for taking the meeting."
I should be saying that to you, ma'am. Thank you.
He says, yes, a lot of things are in motion, and I was actually going to loop you in on this situation that we've got going on with this Aterrados character. I'm going to have a conversation with him within the hour, and I was wondering if you could help me, since you've had, well, Anthony, since you've had contact with him, and Virginia, since you have very good skills at interpersonal relations, and the both of you are Novas, and he might respect you more than little old me.
He won't. He doesn't respect us. But I'll
Regardless,
go with you.
regardless, I was hoping if I could count on your help in trying to salvage the situation.
Very well. In full transparency, then his teammates have already contacted me looking for him.
I've been keeping an eye on what we know of your interactions with their less murderous teammates. Do you think there would be any benefit in roping one of them in? Because this situation is actually very volatile, and if there's any chance of getting through to him, I will take it.
I don't really know their relationships with each other fully. I do know that if there's someone who's good at talking, it is going to be Sovereign, who I was speaking with indirectly. So possibly.
He looks up and a little, like, audibly sighs. He says, "I was hoping you wouldn't say that, but given what's happened and given the circumstances, I think it might actually a good idea if we rope her into this."
How would you like me to set it up?
Just issue an invite. We can give her the appropriate clearances for the afternoon. Just, this is not one of my favorite parts of the job. There's a lot of things happening, and I'm going to keep some cards close to the vest because I think that reactions might be useful in dealing with this situation. So if you could prepare yourselves, get her looped in, we'll try and talk some sense into this young man.
Very well. Is there any prep information that you want me to pass on to her?
That we are allowing a wellness check, for lack of better terms, in an effort of goodwill, but that she should not expect any kind of release as a result of this.
Understood. I'll go ahead and get that started right now. Honestly, if there's something that you feel I should know about the circumstances, let me know. But otherwise, I think I really want to come into this clean and without having full assumptions on why he's here.
Well, as far as why he's here, I'll be perfectly forthcoming regarding that. He was apprehended during an operation that didn't directly involve him, but that he involved himself in. And Utopia operative made the call to incapacitate and apprehend him.
Understood. Okay.
So yes, please set that up as soon as possible. We really need to move quickly on this. There are factors at play that I really do not like dealing with.
Okay, absolutely. And Virginia will go ahead and step out to contact Cassie.
All right. While you're out of the room, Miss Mercer turns to you, Anthony, and says, I understand that you've not had the best relationships with any of the legacy members. Not that I fault you for that. I'm assuming you'll feel comfortable in the stereotypical bad cop role.
I mean, that's pretty much what I do normally. So
Yes, I would just like to
Yeah.
make it a bit more formal this time.
sure, let's do this.
Regardless, I ask you to follow my lead in any of the on all of the proceedings.
Sounds good.
But if you see an opportunity to provoke a reaction or move things in a positive direction, I ask you to keep that in mind.
I will do my best.
Thank you, Anthony. And we'll move out to the hallway for a phone call.
Hey, Cassie's phone rings back.
Ooh. She leaves. She mutes herself on a Zoom meeting with people. Oh, so what's up? What's up?
So, congratulations. You have day pass clearance to come over to the tower today. The director has granted you a wellness check on Aterrados. Not a release process, but would like you to come and be present while we talk to him.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I'm sure he's been real uncooperative. So sorry ahead of time. I'm sure he's been a real dillhole.
Again, I'm not really sure. I'm sort of coming into this new as well, but honestly, I really just hope that we can. I don't know. I don't know what this is going to balance out to, but I just hope that I don't know what your relationship is with him.
Oh, we're cool.
Okay, we're just trying to. I don't know. Just come to terms between him and us. So
Oh boy. Even if I'm there, that's gonna be hard.
I fully expect it, but we're going to try and make the effort because we try
Okay.
to make the effort. So, can you come soon? Very soon?
I will be there. I am putting on my shoes as we speak. You just send me the coordinates to where I need to be, and I will be there as soon as
I mean,
the laws of physics will allow me.
it's one Utopia Tower, so it's right down the road.
Ooh, I'm excited. All right, I'll see you then.
See you then.
She hangs up and like puts on her shoes, gets her jacket, and then texts the count that she's secured a meeting. And then she says, in parentheses in the text, "Do I have any leverage going into this?" Parentheses.
There's a bit of response here. There's a bit of lag time in the response. This is you can make it clear that you have my backing, and that if a situation where leverage and negotiation seems at all likely, that I am willing to make concessions through you.
She sends him 2 thumbs up and is on her way as fast as futuristic New York traffic will allow her.
Sovereign, you get your way back down south of the park to where Utopia Tower is. Liberty Lad and Waterlily, you two are both getting ready, just going over some documentation. Like, when all of you get a notification on your phone. It's not like an emergency or anything. It's just one of your little social media mentions. And the tweet that you guys get that comes up when you look at it is weird shit happening in Queens. The new romantics are on the scene. Stay out of our way. Hashtag team tomorrow. Hashtag the legacy.
What?
And there is a picture of a few young Novas doing selfie poses. And the tweet comes from @BlackSheepGopal.
And that's where we'll end it this week. Tune in next time to see where things go from here on Aberrant Atomic Youth. Don't forget to follow the characters on Twitter to see more of the story, and follow Simulacra RPGs for updates on the show and the channel. If you'd like to support the show, you can subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels at Simulacra TV, but the best way is to go to patreon.com/Simulacra Studios and become a patron. A big thanks to our $5 and up patrons. You keep the story going, and we couldn't do it without you. Until next time, remember, your legacy is our future.